Alright guys, so wiring up the headlights. This switch turns out it's completely stupid. This is a four-way military switch for blackout lights, so it doesn't work any way you would normally think it would work. Basically, all the way in is no lights at all. That means brake lights. First click is blackout lights, so your blackout lamps around you and some blackout brake lights. Hit the button, pull that again, then that's normal lights, headlights, everything comes on. Pull that out all the way, and you have no lights except for brake lights. So you have brake lights. That's your normal on the street driving mode. So that's wired completely stupid. So I've made a little jumper and kind of figured out the best I could. So basically what I have is all the way in is off. Pulled out first one is parking lights. Hit the button, pull it out to the third position. All normal lights are on. And then fourth position is still all normal lights are on. The last two switches spots do the same thing, because that's the best I could do. I was hoping to see if one of them could be used as a dome light, but that was a bit much. So I've got it wired in like that. These are all labeled. I got a pack of connectors. These are kind of cheapy ones. I think it was about 40 bucks for the set for 800 connectors, or 800 piece. I forget how many actual connectors there are. There's a couple dozen, and in a lot of sizes. This one we've got five lights. So we've got, or five wires. We've got our power. We've got our headlights. We've got parking and tail lights, and we have instrument lights. So that's what I'm going to use. So what we're going to do, I am going to start crimping these guys on. This is actually the first time I've ever used this style of connector, but I've been meaning to try it out. So following the instructions, put the little yellow guy on first. Ow, that's copper inside of me. Oop, that's a little. Then I've got the pin, which is supposed to lay in there and actually crimp over the yellow seal. I've got my whatchamacallit. This is my ratcheting crimper that I also just picked up, and we're gonna see how she do. If I can just get a thing and not drop it. Okay, I think I'm gonna put this in the tool first. That usually works. This is sided, so one side is for where the terminal goes in, and the other side is for the wire side. Or one of them's the wire side, the other is the pins, is the insulation side. So slip that. And the first thing I did is I screwed it up. There's little wings that are actually hold the connector in place, and I just crimped them onto the thing. So I'm going to try this again, and I'll see if I can remedy that. Also, I'm learning it probably makes more sense to slip the little yellow guys on first before you strip. Because seemingly all I do is just get the whatchamacallits, all I do is just have the wires poke through the yellow bit. So, not ideal. Give that a tug. Okay, that is a beautiful crimp right there. So now I've just got to do that 3 more times, and then we slip them all into the connector. Okay, so those are all crimped. So now we just got to basically connect it into the connector. Okay, so main power I'm going to put in pin number 1 on this guy, and the dip switch power I'm going to put at number 5. Reason for that is that way I can keep my 2 big draw ones away from each other, and then keep those on the ends. Then I'll populate 4 with the dashboard illumination. It really doesn't matter which one you pick, but I'm just kind of going with things. And then one of these they're both technically really the same thing, but that says taillight, that's going to be number 2. And then parking light's going to be number 3. So that's in there. And that's in there. And I did correct those wings on that guy. So now it actually, locks in. And then finally, what I think really locks it in is this piece right here. So this will slip into there. And that holds everything together. So that's part 1. So now the next step is going to be to go under the dash and basically make the female connector that matches this so that I can plug it in as an assembly. And now I've got a modular light system. So there we go. All right, dash is back in, and as you can see, I've got a corresponding plug right here. So everything is set up, wired, and running perfectly. If I pull the button, you'll see my headlights come on. I've got my high beams. I've got my markers that you can sort of see. Yeah, that little LED guy, as well as the guys back there and there. Turn signals already work, we know that. But that is it. It is ready for the road, kind of. So that's going to be it for today. Got the headlights working, so that's a win. I've still got a lot more to do and a lot more harnesses to make, or connectors to crimp to finish up this harness. But I have all the basic things for legality going. Basically turn signals, stop lamps, headlights, all that good stuff. Next thing I got to do after that is look into getting some gauges, and then I can take care of the rest of the spaghetti mess that's coming out of the dashboard. Most of that is really just down to gauge illumination and wires for different sending units. So once I get my gauges in, that should be pretty basic. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. Like I said, small victories, getting the truck one step closer to being on the road. So I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Jesus. I'm sorry, this is taking way too long. But again, this is also my first ever crimp. I could have done this before, but I didn't want to waste any pins. So we're doing this live on camera. Or as live as this goes. This is a pre-recorded video on YouTube. Okay, let's see.